So I had this idea for months that I wanted to make ice bag with a lot of pockets in it because I play D&D and so does my boyfriend. I was supposed to do this dice bag for my boyfriend's birthday as a gift, but I procrastinated, but better late than nothing, I would say. So finally I had to do it. So by starting to do this, I could have followed a YouTube tutorial, but that would have given me such a headache. So I bought a guide and a pattern from an Etsy store that I'll be linking down below, so go check them out. It's a really nice guide and pattern, very easy to follow. So then let's get started. I started to print out my guide with the help of my printer, and I haven't named my printer yet. So if you guys want to help me with it, comment down below because I really need a name for it. Thank you. Then you need a sewing machine, dirkita, inside fabric of your choice, outside fabric of your choice, extra tools to make everything easier, a ruler. So I start with cutting the fabric so the fabric isn't so big, and after that start by folding the outer fabric and then put a pattern down and draw the line of the pattern. After that I'll pin the fabric together so it's easier for me to cut, because if I don't do that it'll be uneven. And when you're done cutting, then you have your first circle. Repeat the same step to the other fabric. Draw, pin, and cut. As you can see, I cut 2 half circles and we don't want that. So I had to repeat, draw, pin, and cut. And now you have another big circle. Fold your fabric, get the smaller pattern out, draw, pin, and cut. When I was done with cutting the pattern, I put the 2 bigger pattern against each other on the right side. After that, I'll pin them together and then repeat on the smaller pattern. Now it's sewing time. I'll be putting my blue light glasses on because one time the sewing needle broke and almost got into my eyes. So I always have those to protect my eyes while I'm sewing. So I'll be sewing on the simple setting along the drawn line. Don't forget to remove the pin while you're sewing. When I was done with the sewing, I cut the excess thread and throw them away, and then I'll flip it inside out and make sure that there's no room left inside, and then repeat these steps on the smaller pattern as well. If you have an iron, then use it, because it'll help you with sewing these fabric again. But unfortunately, I didn't have an iron, so I tried to steam my fabric instead. And as you see, it's going so great. So great. Time to mark down some more lines for sewing. And this sewing part is to make sure that the pattern is flat and the outer edges looks nice. So when you're done with doing the lines, just sew it together and don't forget to cut the axis thread after you're done sewing. So on the smaller pattern, there's gonna only be one line, but on the bigger pattern, we're gonna do 3 lines, and that's for the threads for your pouch later on. So I'll be marking down the 3 lines. When I'm done with making the lines, I'm sewing it, cut the axis threads, and then we're done with all the 3 lines. This is gonna be my first tip in this video. Change your under threads. So if your outside fabric is red, as mine is, change your under thread to red instead. That would look so much better, but it's okay. It looked fine anyway. And once again, you know, it is what it is. It's time to make your pockets. Here you can customize how many pockets you want. Myself, I think I made 8 pockets in my dice bag, but you could do 4, you could do less than 8, whichever you like. So you do as much line as you want. It's up to you. And after you're done with your lines, I pin the small pattern with the new lines onto the bigger pattern, so we then can sew along those lines for us to be able to make pockets. I only sew to the other sewing lines that I did before on the smaller pattern. I do not go over that line. Now it's time for you to pick out a nice string thread that you want to use for you to be able to close your pouch. So what we're gonna do first, choose your string and then cut 2 holes on the outer fabric in between these sewing lines. Then attach a safety pin on the edge of your string, so you can thread it through in between these 2 sewing lines that you have, and thread it until you can pull out your string on the second hole. I didn't have a string, so I made some from scratch from another fabric, but I would recommend you to buy a real good string, because my string kind of broke later. And now you have yourself a dice bag. I think mine turned out great. There is some part that I would change for sure, but it's good for being a first time. So I hope you guys like this homemade gift series. There will be one more video, so stay tuned and check it out. And I hope you guys go out and buy this pattern and then follow the guide. I'm just telling you, it's really good. And of course, the link will be down below. And if you like the video, please click on like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.